great to be talking to you again.
You
My
too.
wife and I have been listening to Denim and Rhinestones all morning. It's such a fun album. I loved it. I imagine you had a great time making it too. Was this the most fun you've ever had in the studio?
I think so. And that's exactly what we set out to do. I feel like with each album, you start out with just a blank piece of paper and it's like, what are we gonna paint on this on this canvas? What are we gonna do? And my co-producer David was like, what do you want to do? And that's like the toughest question because again, you're just starting from nothing. And I said, I want to have fun. I want to have fun. I feel like the past couple years have just been very serious, and even in my body of work, I feel like we've covered so much ground, and I've been dramatic, and I've been all kinds of twangy and everything in between. And I feel like I just wanted to, I just want to have fun.
Ghost Story, first single, but there's so many great songs on this record. I mean, I love Velvet Heartbreak. I love Garden. I love Hate My Heart. Those were some of the ones that I love the most as well. Why did you settle on that one as the first single?
I feel like there are quite a few songs in this body of work that if we had started with one of them, might have been like, it's like you need to hear the whole thing in context. I loved Ghost Story because I feel like it's a great song. I loved the kind of cinematic quality it had to it. I knew I'd be performing it a lot of places, and I was like, we can do a lot of fun things with these performances. But I love the song. I felt like it was just a great way to kick things off. And then once the album's out, I feel like we can go wherever we want to with singles. So it's an exciting thing to think about, obviously, um, Ghost Story, but then whatever might come next.
By the time you get to album 9, is it easy? Is it hard? Do you find yourself second guessing yourself a lot in the studio? What is that like for you once you're this deep into your career?
Um, Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. um, I don't think I second guessed myself in this album at all because I feel like I've reached a point in my career that I don't have to do that anymore. I'm a very instinctual person, as far as like the things that we're doing or the things that I should or shouldn't be a part of or whatever it is. I feel like I have really good instincts and they've never steered me wrong yet. So I'm just gonna roll with them and make music that I love and that feels good to me. And hopefully, my fans know me well enough by now, to just be able to listen to it and enjoy it as much as I enjoy performing it.
It'd been a beat since Cry Pretty. Were you thinking about making a record? I mean, how much was live music and being in front of the fans again and playing songs for, packed arenas again? How much did that play a part into the music that makes its way onto Denim and Rhinestones?
I think that very much played a huge role, in this music because we did Cry Pretty, and we were so blessed to be able to have like that tour before everything kind of shut down. But as we were writing, as we were listening to songs, as we were choosing things that were going to go on the album, having that hope in our heads that I would be able to, be touring with it, at some point, that was very important. We were like, how would this song sound live? How would this song sound with an audience? And we just made the record for that hope. We put our faith that we were going to get back to being able to go on tour again, and I feel like the instincts have paid off.
Is it easy for you at this stage of your career to just try something new and be different when you come back with a new record like Denim and Rhinestones?
Well, I feel like I've generally, making music and writing music and performing. I feel like in the past it would kind of maybe bug me that I didn't have a thing. I feel like there's a lot of artists that it's like they have their lane, they know what that is. It's that's what they do. And I feel like, and it, probably a lot of it's just from my own musical influences growing up. I listen to everything. Like obviously country music is at my core. That is part of my soul and my being. But I grew up listening to everything. And I feel like in past albums, it's always been a little bit of a struggle to try and find my lane. But with this album, I feel like I was like, I don't know, like, let's throw that out the window. Like, why is that in my brain like a negative attribute? Why can't that be something that's super positive, and why can't we use that to my advantage instead of me being frustrated that I don't have like one thing that I do? So that's how we ended up just really exploring so many different avenues. And we explored different decades and different genres, and put them all together. And I feel like it all makes sense, because I'm the common thread in all of it. But I feel like it definitely just made for a super fun album.
Well, I got time for one more question. You returned to Idol. You posted on social media just I feel like last week, about 17 years since Idol. Carrie, what do you remember about going out and trying out in the first place? What do you remember about that day?
Oh, I mean, it was pretty chaotic. There were I think there were about 7,000 people, in one big building. Everybody's singing all at once, practicing. We were like the last group to go in, and I say we because there was another girl that was trying out that was a friend of mine. We were like the last section that went in to go try out, and I was like, man, they're gonna be, they've been listening to all of these thousands of people singing all day long. Like, I bet they just want to go home, and they're just sending everybody home. But I went in, and they gave me a piece of paper that got me to the next level. I was so excited. I had no idea, obviously, that it was going to lead to all of this. But I feel just as excited now thinking about that day, and thinking about how differently things could have gone. I just feel grateful and thankful that I'm still here, and I'm still doing what I love, and in a way that just completely blows my mind.